This is Lis Nielsen, artist in the woods. I am out in the Sierras right now, close to my home. I'm up quite a bit in elevation from where I live, about 5,000 feet. This is the scene out here. You can see this nice little farmstead area. It's probably about 100 years old or so, and it's one I've seen before. I was here a couple of days ago and I had sunlight, but I was having some technical difficulties. I've got a sketch here that I'll be following, drawing it in. First is this this pattern. Just see if I can show it to you. This pattern design of composition, and then also the S. Here's the S composition, and I see both of those happening in this scene. All right, first off, I want to start with the buildings because that is my focal point there. And I'm painting thinner than I was in the last painting. I also did not tone this because the canvas I'm working on doesn't work that great when I tone it. Borrow a little bit of that. The side. I'll just get the block end done, and then, as you know, the details come after. It's really the same thing I talk about in each video, but each different scene offers another challenge. These old buildings, they shift through the years and bend and dip. So if you paint it exact, it's not going to look right anyway because everybody knows it's an old building. I will work on the grasses next. So there is a shadow that comes down in here. I'm going to get the core in first of these trees. There are two of them. There's one that sits behind another in here. Its shadow helps to define the tree, the next tree. So as you go up, it will get muted out more, and I need to remember that when I'm painting these trees that are far away. I don't use traditional solvent usually. I certainly have steered away from that over the last few years, just to get more of a healthier thing to paint with. And it's just that some of my painting is in the studio, and I don't want to use solvent in the studio anymore. But I have found some good solvents that are natural and less toxic. And you can look online and search those down, but I'll share those with you at some point. In the US, we have one company in particular that I've used, and I like their product. So you see those trees coming along. Now they do look a little too much the same. Maybe what I'll do is come out with this one more. I want to make sure. I did do my value sketch this time, but there's always things we need to remember as we're painting. Things pop out at us, and then we realize didn't have that right in the value sketch. But the value sketch usually catches those things. And there will be some sky holes up here because it does get kind of spindly up here in the upper parts of the tree. It also looks more faded out up top on the tones, and it'll be more blue up in here. Back in the background, there is a little part of a meadow back there. It's pretty, and I want to make sure I get this in. We're out kind of in the early part of the evening almost out here, and I'm going to lose this light soon. I'm painting bigger than I painted the other day. I can bring these in. And these will be cool in the background. As they come down, they'll get darker. I want to keep that swoop of the shape of the skyline in there with the trees. Really pretty. Some of them are closer than others, and they'll actually be darker in tone of the trees. And if I'm going to get that close to the building, I need to bring it down a little bit, not go right to just to the top of that. That are lighter. I don't know if I mixed those up, and I didn't explain this, but I've got pots of color here for each part of the painting. And these are the shed or cabin colors, barn colors in here. My trees here more in the foreground, darker trees were here. These are the background trees, and this is the ground plane. So that's the way I mix up my colors. That's why I said got most of the work done, because mixing up is a lot of work. And then once you have that done, you can really go a lot faster at this, and without thinking so much about it. There's always that thought process that goes into it. I'm going to borrow these colors from a couple of days ago that I was seeing, because I will put some sunlight on this. The scene just comes alive in the sunlight, but being out here and seeing, how the trees grow and getting all that information, is important to get back out here. Okay, let's see. I wanted one tree right here holding this in, and it is going to be nice and dark, and it comes across the road. There's a road right here that comes down. It's a driveway type thing, and then the old parking area down below. I can't imagine living out here. This area gets 8 feet of snow easily in the wintertime with the big storms. There's this beautiful warm grass. I really love it in the other painting, and I'll put in a little bit of this. There's a lot going on in this painting, hopefully not too much. It gives you some idea of that. And then I think I'll just, take it off like that. Something like that. There's water down in here, and that's why there are these interesting colors of grasses. It's in here a little bit too. And then there's shadows as well. So the shadows were really pretty when the sun was out. I'm going to make the shadow warmer, so it'll be more intense under the trees, of course, and then fade out as it comes out of beyond the trees. There is this, let's see here, it goes kind of behind the tree, and then it continues on and goes this way. this on the bank. All right, so these are a lot darker out here. Inside of the tree, it's darker in the core of the tree. So you get the form of the tree with the shadow. The form happens in the shadow. That meadow back there in the sunlight was warmer and brighter in tone. And then there's grasses along. Oh, that's not the right color. Need a little more green in there. Grasses along in here. So think of this as where it has different planes to it in a way. And so when you paint these, you want to be deliberate and see these different planes on the bushes. And that's what will help you make them have those dimensions. There. When you've got clouds that go overhead, you have to they'll pass you by, and then you'll see the light, And then you just keep painting and you wait for the light to come again. And that's how you have to play this sky game. A little bit of sky, light on your subject. There's some nice clouds, but it's not enough sky to paint the clouds in, really. So now I'll paint some negative space in there. There's some beautiful dark areas in where the trees are here. Also between the trees. This one. So I'm using alizarin crimson and my ultramarine to make that beautiful dark back in there, foresty dark for the background, and that really helps. And because of because it's blue in there, it does keep it in the background. Separation here, showing the road where the grasses are. It is grass in there, so it can be green, but down around the building it's a darker green. Oh, I've got this other pine tree here. Blue-ish in nature. I believe it's a different kind of a pine than what's out there. Those out there might be sequoias. I'm a little confused always about how to name the pine. I was told when we first moved here that they were lodgepole pines. The people who came out to look at our trees called them sequoias. And I know we have sequoias. We have Sequoia National Park close by. I need to look it up and see what's natural to this area. I like to know the names of the trees when I paint because then I can, they have a character about them, those trees. And yeah, it's when you paint in plein air, you paint what you see, but it's good to adhere to the characteristics of what something is. too. Okay, and I need my shadow in that tree. It gets cooler as it comes downward. And actually, I can't really see the bottom of it because there's something else there, so I'm going to kind of make that up a little bit. Green, but shadow green. It's definitely dark background trees behind. I don't put black on my palette or browns. Usually I just mix my own, and I think I get better results with my colors that way. Boy, it's beautiful out here right now. Really enjoying this. Sometimes it's uncomfortable being outside, but right now it's really nice. So now I'm going around. This is what happens when you don't tone. I'm going around the canvas, and I've got a lot of these little specks to fill in. Love these old barns. I don't paint them very often, but I have. The shadow is mostly on this side here, and then I see a little, my shaky hand. Let's see if I can put my shaky hand to use there. I think I've always had a shaky hand. I don't think it has to do with any age. I think it's just me. A shaky-handed artist. Okay, there is a separation between these buildings, but they don't require a whole lot. I'll put that. I think I need a better brush for this. My brushes are wearing out. I don't like to wash them. I rinse them real well in my oil, and too much to do. So, yeah, I think that's fine. And then kind of back here. So one thing I might do, back in the studio is repaint. Smooth out the sky and repaint it. Maybe smooth it before it completely dries on there. This is not a sky painting, so I didn't really need too much information for the sky, and so this sky is really messy right now. And sometimes you can get away with messy skies. So the other day when we were out here, I kept hearing bells, and I was doing the video that I thought I would be using, and I said, well, it sounds like cows, but I don't see any cows. But when we were driving out of here, there were a bunch of cows in that meadow way back there, right in this area. It was very cool. So I took some pictures. Maybe I'll do a cow painting at some point. So this is a point in the painting where you do something called calligraphy. And you go around and you decide what might need a bit of flourish here or there. And it can really make your painting look just right. If you do that, you can also overdo it. But that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So I wanted to let you know. Calligraphy is, a beautiful form of writing, of course, but it's sort of what we do with painting in here too. I can't see my bush anymore here. So give it some calligraphy on the edges. And then I think what I ought to do before every painting is lay out a new color here, because it really does make a difference to start with fresh color on the paint holder that I have here. Okay, I'm just about there now. Just like to get it finished enough for you. I know I can go back to it, but usually what I do is I step back at the very end and make sure, or I use my mirror, which is what I did last time I was out here. I had my mirror with me, which I always have it. It's just a matter of having enough space to step back. So let's see. But it's pretty well done, and I think I'm okay with it. Let me just step back and take a look. said, it's a painting that has a lot going on, and I usually go for the more intimate scene, but it's working out today. It's much better than the last one I did. I think that these trees in here can use some work. So if I go back in and do anything, I might enhance this shadow under here. Shadows are really powerful and can really help to direct the eye and hold a painting together. You really want continuity in a painting. You want your eye to travel around the painting, and I'm allowing these shadows to bring my eye all the way through the painting. I like painting with a lot of gesture. A lot of energy. My paintings certainly show that. You know, you might try some of that in your own paintings. Some of these are showing in here. These tree trunks, the light is catching on them a little bit, not too much. Well, I think that's it for today. This is Lis Nielsen, Artist in the Woods, and I'm really, really glad that you decided to watch. I hope that if you like my instruction that you subscribe to my videos. I plan to continue making them every week if I can. I might take a break here and there for a week, but so far I've held to that. So I hope you continue watching and make some nice comments for me, letting me know what you're doing with your work. I'm really excited to hear that people are getting out and doing some work. Thank you for watching. And if you like my video, then I hope you subscribe and stay tuned. Watch the next one and the next and the next. So happy painting.